Very warm welcome to today's 20 minutes Mat Pilates class with Sandra. So if you have, I would like you to take a foam roller with you, and we would like to start in a feet hip distance stand. I want you first to focus on your breath to activate your powerhouse, and take your foam roller a little bit lower than the shoulders in front of your navel with a strong grab of your hands. So you will activate as well your shoulders already. And you find an inhale breath through your nose and find a little extension in your spine. On your next exhale, you will feel a little flexion. Pull that belly more in and bring the roller over your sides. You take one more inhale, lift the roller a little bit higher, up, away from the navel, and feel this nice extension. On our next exhale, we will tuck the chin under. We will bring the roller forward a little bit more and shoulders high, like the elongation of our head. And then very gentle, we will just curl down, roll down, and find a nice stretch. From here, take the hands shoulder wide, bring the roller a little bit forward, and shift the weight maybe to the toes, and then maybe back to the heels, lifting the toes off the mat. And again, we are doing this 2 more times. We find that inhale, we go for lengthening, and on an exhale, we pull the belly more in, come with the load to our heels, lift the toes maybe up, and then one more inhale, shoulders away from the ears, shifting the load to the toes, maybe lifting the heels up, and then very gentle, we grab the roller from the outside, pulling the belly in on an exhale, and round our spine, and come back up for standing. The roller will be lengthening the crown of the head and then the roller. And I want you to get into our second position. So the feet are looking into the corner of the mat. We will squeeze our glutes. We will bring the ribs more to the hips. Find that neutral spine. We will come to a nice second stand squat here. And then we'll lift back up, grow tall. And again, we lower in a second and we lift. And really try to shift your knees to the back and pressing the roller through your shoulder activation strongly here. Continue that move for the last very 5. So we inhale, we lift, and we exhale, we lower. Sitting bones are facing down to the mat, and then try to keep the knees really facing to the back, not dropping them forward. Good. From here, we stay low. We will turn into a 90-90, lower. We will get back to a second, and then we change into a 90-90. And we do this for a couple of times by we focusing on a very neutral spine here and continue the work. We want to warm a little bit at the beginning up our quads. You're doing a little leg work. Second, 90-90. Finding this nice rotation with that femur in our hip socket. Good. And find the lengthening in your spine while you're holding strongly your roller here. Good. From there, last very 2 we go. Breathe out of the mouth and in through the nose. Last one. Lower. Inhale. And here we go. Good. We will step now forward. We are getting one more time in a wider squat. And then from here, we lower with the toes facing to the corners of the mat. We will squat deep. We will roll the former down, round the spine, lift back up, grow tall. And we squat. We round. We want to reach far forward with the roller. We curl the spine, shoulders away from the ear. We lift up. And we squat. We round the lower spine, shoulders away, lift, grow tall. Continue for 5 more times. Rounding, reach, lift, inhale. Exhale, pull that belly in. And find that roller in the movement of your spine. So the head, the roller, or the elongation of your spine. Good. We are going already for the last 2. Round. And we go, we sit low and we round. We leave the roller here. Beautiful. Find that elongation. And then slowly come to a seated position. Good job. We are taking our feet to the roller. And we want to go into a back control. So from here, fingers are wide out next to the shoulders. From here, we lift up. We find the squeeze of the glutes. We point and flex that foot. We lower. And we change the leg on our next breath. We lower. And then we lift. Keep those ASIS bones, your hip bones, strongly to the universe or to your ceiling. So you're squeezing the glutes. You're working from the shoulder girdle. You're pulling those ribs even more into the hips. Good work. Nearly there for last 3. And we go for 2. And for 1. Don't sink into it. And last round. Very good. Keep on. And here we go. Don't bring that head too far to the back. So we're sitting back to the mat. We're finding the opening with the feet, bringing the heels to the mat for our sitting side bend. So we're leaning over, breathing into the side, and then come back to center. And then again, opposite side, side bend. Breathe into it, come back, center along spine. I want you to feel the length, not the dropping when you side bend. So try not to make wrinkles on the side where you're bending to. Stay open. Find those oblique slings working. Yes. And think about that this will be like wings from an airplane. And then we side bend. 1 lung breathing, breathe more into that side. And back center. We are getting to our sitting saw. We find an inhale for length. Exhale, we twist and rotate. We hinge forward for lateral flexion with rotation. And then we grow tall, come back center. And we twist to the opposite side. And we reach for forward, keeping those hips in line. And then lifting back up center. Doing this 2 more times. Exhale, twist. Rotate. Find this nice stretch, this nice rotation. Exhale, we rotate. Lateral flexion with rotation. The spine loves this move. And then from here, come back to center. Okay, we're getting in a kind of tendon stretch. So we will come back to our fingers to the outside, close to our hip joint. And we will lift up here 1 more time. This is your reverse plank. For like a tendon stretch, we want to bring that glutes to the back, keep this roundness in the lower spine, and then slowly come back to your reverse plank, not dropping the head. And then again, we exhale. We pull everything in and hold, and then slowly inhale, lift to your reverse plank, neutral spine. And then exhale, we go here, hold, and then we come back to neutral reverse plank. Lift out of the shoulders, hip bones are high into the universe. And then exhale, we bring the glutes to the back, we round the lower spine, and then we come back, reverse plank. We're doing this 2 more times. Exhale, bring it back, hold it, and then slowly lift, reverse plank. Grow. Last very one. Hold, hold. 1 more time, reverse plank, and then slowly sit to your center. Good work. From here, I want you to find your work on lengthening of the foam roller. So make sure you stay centered, and you will come now to a seated position in front of your foam roller. If you don't have one, you can do all exercises without. From here, feet are hip distance, arms forward, chest is open, ribs are in, and we will curl very slowly back onto that roller. Good. And then from here, circle the arms like snow angel arms for 3 more times, just around without elevating your shoulders. Good. Last one. And then we changed the direction. Opposite direction. And then we come to a chest lift. And then we roll back down, we open the arms. And then exhale, come to that chest lift, and we will circle around. And while we do a chest lift, we are finding the lower spine in neutral position. Palms are going to open. We curl back down from the mid spine to the cervical spine. Lift, hold there. And now you want to reach even more forward. So you want to reach. You think about that tennis ball in between your chin and chest. So curl back up in your chest lift for the last 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly inhale. Hands are next to the side on the mat. We are lifting one leg and then the other to tabletop, keeping the knees over the hips. From here, we're coming to a double leg lift and lower from that hip socket, finding still the connection with the lumbar spine to neutral. And we go, exhale, we lower, inhale, we lift. Keeping that 90-degree ankle, moving from that hip socket and finding a strong inner unit here. Good, nearly there, last 4. Exhale, breathe out, inhale, lift up. Last 3. 2 more. And last very 1. Good work. From here, we want to hold one arm next to the side while the legs are on tabletop, just finding that nice little centering through our inner unit. Hold here for 3 more breathings, keeping those legs maybe adducted in a tabletop position with the feet really activated. From here, 1 more breath, and you will change the arm. Sometimes one side is even harder, and try not to shift the load to one side where the arm is on the ground. I know it's very challenging here. Take 3 more breathing here, 2 more, and 1. Good work. From here, we are getting into a nice scissoring leg. You might lift head, neck, and shoulders up, and then start scissoring those legs here. One of the series of 5 work. Really finding a strong trunk here. Long, long line of that energy from the crown to the toes. Last very 5. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. And last very 1. Zip those knees in. Good work. Okay, from here, we want to place 1 foot down, lifting the opposite leg up like the opposite arm. From here, we lift head, neck, and shoulders. We want to open arm and leg, and then we want to reach towards the outside of that foot, finding that oblique sling work. We open, we exhale, inhale. Find your breath per movement. Is this in the opposite way works for you better? I always think with a longer lever, you need a strong exhale here. Last very 4. Last 3. 2 more. You can bring the legs closer even to you if you like. And then from here, circle back and rest for a breather. We're getting into that opposite side, opposite leg and arm. We lift head, neck, and shoulders, and we will open, exhale, inhale, we cross. Finding that opposite oblique slings, pulling those ribs more to the hips, making that distance even smaller. And we go for 4 more here. Exhale. Yes, last very 2 already. And last very 1. Good work. And then from here, slowly bring everything back down. Good. We want to curl back up. If this is available for you, bringing the hands under the knees, you are welcome to do so. Otherwise, take your hands. Good. We are getting a little bit into a proud work. So we're keeping the roller parallel to the mat on the back. Good. We are getting into a nice little front control. So we want to bring those toes onto the roller. Find first your perfect alignment with one leg straight to the roller, hands under shoulders. From here, lifting the right leg, point and flex, lower. Opposite side, point and flex, lower. The view is down forward. You're moving out of that hip socket, feeling the work into the glutes. And we go. Nearly there for 4. Last 3. 2 more. And we go for the last round. Lift out of the shoulders. And one more time. Beautiful. From here, bring back one knee. And then the opposite one. Good. From there, we're getting to the floor in a full proud pose. And then from here, just find yourself lowering to the mat. The roller stays in front of you. You're connecting the toes to the mat. And then let's do a little upper body for your back extensor work. So you pull the ribs in, the belly goes in and up, lift the roller. We go for a lift and lower. Continue here for 5 more times. Of course, you're always welcome to stop the video and do more. This could be done 10 to 15 times, of course. Find a lengthening in the lumbar spine. Don't arch into it. Find this nice flexion of the shoulders, 90 degree. And always the head in line of the roller. Last very 2. And 1. Rest your head. From here, we're getting into swimming. So the roller could stay where it is. Lift the legs in the back. And we will start swimming here without bringing the shoulders up for an upper trap. Finding those stillness of the hips. If the swimming is not giving you calmness in the trunk, make it a little bit slower. Last very 5. And we go for 4. Last 3. 2 more. And 1. Good work. From here, coming to a resting pose, sitting back. We're getting into a nice little leg and arm reaches. So I want you to keep the roller under the knees and hands under shoulder. We are lifting right leg and left arm. Lift and lower. Keep these hips really stable and equally moving from a neutral spine. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee and hand back. Opposite side is working. Find the belly in and up. Good. Find the length. Moving from the glutes. Last 4, 3 more, 2, and 1. Bring everything back. Sit back. Find a nice stretch here. Curl your spine back up. And thank you for joining for this quick mat Pilates with the foam roller and Sandra. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. All the best.